effect. Listen to this.
Loveline. It's time for Loveline.
You know, there's going to be sex, drugs, rock and roll.
The crowd seems to love this.
Loveline.
Careful, it's slippery. I had it wet.
Exclusively on Tucson's new run, 92.1 KFMA, Queen Valley, Tucson, 292 CM Summer Haven. Line is meant for an adult audience. Loveline may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion advised.
Now, here's Loveline.
1-800-LOVE-191.
With Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla.
Hey, it's the Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number 310-854-4455. Dr. Drew is a board-certified physician and addiction medicine specialist. We got a couple guests tonight. First, from 10 to 11 in the first hour, Cindy Geyer is in here. She's the goddess of love.
Ow!
At least that's what it says on the bio. She's done 2,000...
Yeah, probably over.
Over 2,000 romance book covers. You know the ones, the one that like made Fabio famous, that guys with their shirts coming off, chicks on horses.
Huh.
And they, I was saying to Ann the other night, I don't want to cut into your livelihood, but I never thought they needed models. I just thought, hey, it's a chick on a horse, it's a guy on a horse, just draw it up.
We're actually living people. We're like living cartoons. There's only about maybe 4 women that do it and like 5 guys. There's not a lot of people that do it. So we're like these living images of the books.
Yeah, I mean, you've played every part, right?
Oh, yeah. I've been Marie Antoinette. I've been Madame Guinevere. I've been Lady Godiva.
Sounds like Drew's high school career.
It's fun. I live in a fairy tale world. It's fun.
Yeah, where do they do these? In New York or L.A.?
Yes, mostly in New York, I'd say. Probably 95% of them are done in Manhattan out of 3 different studios.
And you get in the garb, whatever it is.
Yeah, get in the mood. You got the illustrator. And
they take a photograph and then they draw off of that?
Yeah, they make an oil painting of the photograph.
And then that's what makes the cover of the romance novel.
Yes. It's quite a process. They shoot it. We are the people. We live out the fantasy of the whole book. They tell us a little bit about the book. They paint it, and then they take the big painting and they shrink it down to a little cover.
Oh, look, we have your Playboy pictorial
in
here.
March.
Was that was that last month?
That was the one with Kiss on the cover.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, I may be in the back of this thing.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I had like my Playmate of your pick. I don't know where the hell that is.
Oh, really?
Maybe that was the month before. Oh, no, there I am.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, my favorite Playmate by Adam Carolla.
That was you. Oh, my goodness.
I went with Patty Farinelli. She's a paisan with the big jugs.
So you know what they say about men who like really big breasts, don't you? You know what they say?
Big penis.
No. They can be a little insecure sometimes.
Oh, really?
With women, a little bit.
Well, let's just have a look-see.
They miss their mommy.
Wow, look at that.
Ow.
That's nice.
Thank you.
Did you do a little dye job downstairs?
No, I'm natural.
Oh, please,
no,
please.
Look, do you see any roots here, baby? Look. You see any roots here?
Yeah, but, it's different downstairs. I know it is.
No, it's the same color.
Well,
that's so natural, I swear.
We'll get to the bottom of that before the show's over.
Yeah,
I do mean bottom. Look at that. You got...
blonde all over.
Bonnie Blue. This is fantastic. Drew, have you ever read one of these novels?
No.
No, I haven't either.
They're actually fun. There's some good history in a lot of them.
But there's no pictures in them.
No pictures. It's all because women are much more...
cerebral?
Exactly, and men like the visual.
Yeah.
Yeah, women are stimulated by their minds, and men are stimulated in other ways.
I'd get more use out of one of those books if I could put a hole in it. I really would. All right, so Cindy's done the Playboy thing, done millions of these books. Well, you've done a couple thousand covers, but then those have sold well into the millions, right?
Oh, yeah. It's a $1 billion business, the romance novels. 52% of the books sold in America are romance novels.
Fat chicks all over America are sitting on the toilet reading a book with your likeness on the cover.
Said he saw our book in the front of an airport bookstore.
Oh,
really?
They're all over the place there.
Fantastic.
Yeah, they're all over the place. But not only do I have do the books and Playboy,
what else?
I have a website that actually is starting back up in 3 days because I'm changing servers. It's going to be anything and everything about romance. If you want romantic vacations, romantic gifts, romantic advice, nice.
How do you know
romantic.
about that stuff?
Oh, because I'm a very romantic person, and just from doing all these books, I mean, I love what I do, and I go to romance conventions. This is a whole world that I'm in.
Geez,
the
I
romance
think I
world.
must have missed the last romance convention when
Well,
it came
we
into
have
town.
another one coming up in September in
I'm
Toronto.
all
Do you wanna
over
come?
that.
Yeah.
Oh,
We'll have
Toronto.
so much fun. We
So-
have so much fun at these. It's a big fantasy fairy tale weekend. It's so fun.
I'll be the keynote speaker at the romance convention. It'll go a little something like this. You broads, lose some weight. Thank you. And I'll just go home.
Not all of them are heavy.
Oh, yes, please,
No.
Drew. What are you doing there, Drew? What are you reading there,
But the
Drew?
average size in
I'm just
America
looking
is
at your man
size
show.
12, though. So
Really?
they're actually
Logo.
average.
That's
My
right.
lady readers.
Well, you look fantastic.
Thank you.
You've
And you're
been-
very handsome yourself.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think my ass has too much hair on it to actually be...
Well, I don't feel like looking. Don't show it to me.
Oh, yeah. Later on in the show, we're going to find out about the true blonde. Rose, you're 17.
Yes.
Let's see if we can find some romance questions, Drew.
All right.
Hi. It's kind of hard to
You
explain.
can't hear it?
No, I can't.
There's a volume dial right down below your microphone. Underneath.
Let's see. Over here. Go ahead and ask your question, Rose.
Okay. I first met my boyfriend, 27 months ago, over 2 years ago, on the internet. He thought I was 3 years older than I was at the time and continued to believe that for 14 months, at which time I turned 16 and I agreed to meet him in person. We met in person. We pretty much hit it off. I told him how old I really was. That was quite a shock. He was a little taken aback. I expected him to hate me after that and to never speak to me again.
How long did you have a relationship over the internet with this guy?
It was mostly friendly, at least on my part.
Well, how long?
It was 14 months. We just talked on the computer and on the phone.
Why so long?
I really had no intention of meeting him. I like to manipulate people, play people, and I guess.
But what's the age difference got to do with
That's
it?
what I was
Most girls are doctoring up their license, making themselves younger. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, but how old is this guy?
He's 28 now, and I'm 17.
Yeah, see, that's a little difference.
I don't know.
You don't mind that?
No, she sounds like she's very intelligent for her age.
She's going out with...
That was actually the problem. He didn't believe
That's
that
his
I was
problem. It's not your
19,
problem.
Which I told him I was. He believed I was older. People usually do appearance-wise, the way I speak, the way I carry myself, that kind of thing.
I think she sounds younger than 17.
Yeah, well, why are you into manipulating people?
I have no idea.
Well, talk to
I
us.
get a kick out of it.
Why? Why is that important? That's an aggressive thing. Why?
I know it is. I think it stems from my childhood.
What happened?
That first few years at school.
What happened?
Just being picked on, not being one of the in kids. And then at some point I just got over that. And I was queen of the world, you know. Friends,
Yeah, I wonder if the kids weren't picking up on already your sense of entitlement, and that's why they started picking.
No, I was very shy as a child. As I've gotten older, I've become much more extroverted and.
Well, listen, we're not in love with you, so let's get to the bottom of this. You got a 28-year-old guy that you're going out with now, right?
Yes. And we've been together for a year. We just had our 1-year anniversary.
Oh, my God.
So he was
And
20...
actually, the strange thing is, it's the most healthy relationship anyone could really have.
Nope.
27 and 16?
Nope.
Something's wrong with this guy.
Something's wrong with him.
I know, people would tend to think that, and maybe even things wrong with me, but we get along so well.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think age is irrelevant. It depends on the people.
It's irrelevant when you're dealing with adults.
It
but,
is,
But the
but-
brain development is actually not complete at 17.
I was very grown up
Shut
at
up.
17.
Grown up
Go
or
ahead,
not?
not you.
Brain development isn't finished.
Cindy, you may speak. Rose, be quiet.
Isn't finished.
Go ahead, Cindy. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I just feel like people mature at different ages, and, you know, age shouldn't be such a big deal. You know, sometimes, like, I like younger people, sometimes I like older people, and, you know, that shouldn't be such a big deal. I think that's his problem.
Cindy's got a story to tell us, I'm sure. But listen, Cindy, if you had a daughter who was 16 and she was going out with a 27-year-old guy, you'd go through the roof.
Oh, my mom doesn't know.
Of course not.
All right. Well, I don't know what your question is, Rose.
Well, keep playing on the internet until you know, for another year or so.
What's your question?
My question is that when we met each other for the first time, when we first met on the computer, actually, we both were in relationships. None of my previous relationships had really been meaningful at all. It was more they were there. And
Okay.
liked
What's your question?
He was in a serious relationship, and I sort of wondered that since that didn't work out for him, he was sort of dumped. He had even proposed to the girl.
Hold on, you want? Should I try again? What is your question?
Is it possible that instead of, because his girlfriend was not there any longer, that he put his feelings for her sort of onto me?
Well, listen, all bets are off with this guy.
Yeah.
Because, A, he's carrying on a relationship when he was 27 with a 16-year-old, so he's an idiot. He's suspect there. B, he was in a relationship and working on another one via the internet.
Oh, no,
Okay, well, you're both idiots then.
It just isn't more friendly on
We were
the
just
radio
friends.
or the
We weren't
internet.
looking for a relationship of any kind.
Sounds like they're more just friends
No, you guys are they've been together for a year.
on
All
the
right.
internet.
Yeah, we've known each other for over 2 years.
Yes.
2
See?
years.
They had 14
Started when she was
months on the...
15.
Yeah.
Started when she was 15 and he was 26.
All right, Rose,
That is extra flawed.
don't get pregnant. That's my advice. And yes,
Talk on the internet.
the guy... No, she's had a 1-year anniversary with him. She's having a relationship with him. She had an internet relationship with him for 14 years, and then they met, and now they've been going out for a year.
Go back to the internet.
Listen, all you crazy broads out there, if a guy's 12 years your senior, he's chatting up a 15-year-old when he's 26 on the internet, and he has a current girlfriend at the time, and you want to know if he's suspect?
Yes.
Yes. Something will happen.
I guess it's dump them. The
How old-
verdict here is dump them.
How old
It's
the
not
guy?
dumb.
What?
It's just he is suspect. Deal with reality. She's projected all kinds of fantasy onto him. Deal with reality. This guy is a predator of some type.
Chella. Is
Yes.
that Chella?
Yes.
All right. You're 20.
Yes. Hi, I have trouble being attracted to people. I mean, like, within the last 6 months, I've only really, been attracted to one person, and that was just kind of, like, fleeting. And I'm wondering if it's normal for a 20-year-old not to really find anything, anyone attractive. I mean, like, all my friends and stuff, they continually, like, they're always talking about, like, different people or whatever. And it's just, I mean, like, if there's a problem with me, I'd really like to find out what it was, like, I could fix it, because, like, it leads to a lot of other problems.
Well, what about the one guy you were attracted to?
Well, I met him, like, in Mexico during spring break, and it was just, like, he lived in Utah, and, he was, like, I don't know if I was just attracted to him because it was kind of like an impossible, so I figured, what the hell?
All right, so you don't want to get involved in a relationship.
Maybe. Although, I mean, I really liked him for a long time afterwards. I think I still kind of have a crush on him, even though, like, it's, like, nothing will ever come of it.
Let's see, what drew right there?
Philandering.
Philandering.
That's spelled it.
Yeah, well, don't put the ing on another line there, for Christ's sake. Where's your dad?
He died when I was, like, 11.
Okay, well, that's pretty traumatic, right? How'd he die?
He was just a lot older, and he had a stroke. Like, he's a lot older than my mom when they got married.
He died when you were 11?
Yeah.
Because he was old?
Well, I mean, he was, like,
Alcoholic?
No.
No?
No.
Well, he just had a stroke.
Well, he smoked a lot, and he's kind of overworked.
Yeah. And was he kind of a player?
No, not at all.
Yeah. But how old was he when he died?
63.
Yeah, that's not a typical
63.
stroke age, but it's possible if he really didn't take care of himself and all smoke.
All right, but he had a kid with somebody at 52.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, well, he was married to my mom for, like, 30 years, so.
Yeah, but how old was she?
When she got married?
Yeah.
Oh, I've got a better question. How old was she when she had you? We'll do the math.
Oh, she was, 32?
Okay, so he was 31 years older than her.
Yeah.
And they'd been together for many years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I don't really trust this guy that much. I mean, seriously, he met your mom was 24 and he was 50. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That a little weird?
I don't think so. I think it happens a lot. At least in my culture, it happens a lot. So it's not... It's
Swedish?
Not weird.
What are you?
I'm Mexican.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
It's normal.
all right, your dad died when you were 11, and that's pretty traumatic.
Mm-hmm.
So you're kind of scared to get close to a guy because of what happened. Your dad was taken away at such a young age. And that's why you're scared to sort of reunite with a guy.
Right?
Well, not necessarily, because I was in a relationship for 2 years.
Well, then it's something else. Ready to move on? I don't know what to say. Your dad dying when you were 11 had nothing to do with it. So, get over it. Move on.
Yeah.
I bet it...
Don't be hard on yourself.
No, hey, you're 20. You're not
Yeah, just
interested
take
in
it
every
easy and
guy.
have
It's
fun.
all right.
Just have fun and just enjoy yourself.
But listen, you cannot be an 11-year-old girl, have your dad kick off, and not have it affect your relationships. I mean, every single person we talk to who can't, every single woman we talk to who can't get close to a guy,
yeah, they have a problem with their father.
Something happened. Somebody took them away. Something happened to them. Either they left, or in this case, they left for good.
Dad also has got something. There was something else before he left, because otherwise she could find guys she was attracted to, but would have difficulty getting involved. Now she can't even find a guy that meets those criteria.
Right. Kristen.
Hey, what's up?
You're 16. You're on with Cindy Geyer. She's the self-proclaimed goddess of love, and I'm the god of love. So
okay.
We're going to have a love child.
Okay. I have a question.
All right.
Wait, can you hold on?
Can we hold on?
What,
we have nothing better to do here.
Yeah, we'll hold on.
We can hold on, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Okay. Marty.
Yeah?
You're 17.
Yeah, me and my girlfriend, we've tried to have sex twice, and it hurts her, like, a lot. She was a virgin, and it hurts her a lot. And I can't even get in all the way.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to hurt her. I love her with all my heart.
Did she have any bleeding?
Not really. She said a little bit, but she wasn't sure if it was because she was on her period or not.
Is there a hymen there you are aware of?
Yeah.
Did that rupture? Did that break?
I really don't. I didn't really feel around. I don't think it did.
So that's why you couldn't get in, because you didn't break the hymen. It hurts her too much to do that.
Well, what kind of...
Let me just say, it's either that the hymen is causing her problems, or that she is having what's called vaginismus, which is a spasm of the floor of the muscles around that area.
I had that once.
Yeah. And it's usually caused by anxiety. I mean, she's
really nervous.
She's not quite ready to do this yet, I suspect, Marty. That's
well, it's usually her idea.
Well, be that as it may, she may be doing something that she thinks is there because of pleasing you, or because she should be doing it, but her body is saying something different.
How old is she?
She's 16.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, she may think she's ready. Well, it's not young by the Loveline standards. Most of our 16-year-old listeners have kids, and they're on a methadone maintenance program by now.
Are you very well endowed? Is that what?
Well, we measured it today, and it was like limp. It was like 5 inches. I don't know what.
Even Adam can muster that.
Oh, guys, what do you think?
You couldn't get something going for the when the measuring tape came out?
Well, it was afterwards, and I was really
done.
She had been in a lot of pain. It was a real turnoff. I don't like inflicting pain on anything.
No, I understand that.
Let's just surmise that they got the ruler out because she was suggesting that there was a size issue. Right?
I'm so glad I wasn't there.
They could take dimensions, do water displacement.
Maybe,
let's see if these things fit. Maybe the parts don't fit.
5 inches limp is hanging pretty good because...
That's immediately post.
That's immediately post. So you're saying it was what we call leather. Had a little blood in there. The one thing I learned when I was doing
English.
When I was doing ceramics, I learned that there was the sort of liquid clay.
Yeah.
They called it slip.
Right.
And then there was, hard clay. Yeah. And then there was clay that was sort of, you could kind of work with it a little bit, but it was a little bit stiff. Leather. It was called leather.
I see.
So that was always the term when you didn't have a full boner. It was always you're sporting a little leather. It's the most important thing I learned in ceramics class. That and the extrusion process. Oh, yes.
Get some of that stuff called wet stuff or whatever, too. Maybe that'll help out, too.
A little lubrication?
Yeah, that might help, too.
All right. We'll get back to...
Next question.
No, it's good. I like that. Kristen?
Yeah.
You're 16.
I'm sorry, I have really strict parents.
That's okay.
All right. I had boyfriends in the past, and they've been able to give me orgasms, and my past boyfriend hasn't been able to. And I've had a lot of things go on in, the past year, and I've been wondering if, that's what it could be.
What kinds of things?
Well, I was in, a rape situation, and...
It could have something to do with it.
Yeah, my past boyfriend, my ex, got killed in a car accident a couple months ago.
Oh.
So I was wondering if that's what it could be, because I don't know what it is.
Well, of course it could be. Have you been depressed lately?
Not really.
No.
Luckily my boyfriend has been able to, help me through it, but...
You're not on any medication or anything like that?
No.
What happened with the rape situation?
I was, on the corner one day, and it was, late. It was, after Christmas, and one of my brother's friends came by and, took me, and it somehow came out to that, and I ran to the police and stuff, and no one believed me, so...
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Horrible.
What do you mean? How does that work when no one believes you?
Well, I just don't know, because there were, so many traces of how it couldn't have been, because, I was kind of, torn between, family problems at the time, and, things went on and people thought I just ran away and made that up.
And so no one, like, really believed me. And they just, like, dropped the case.
If you went to the cops, then wouldn't you get a forensic exam?
Yeah, but they didn't do anything.
Why didn't they do that exam?
Huh?
Why didn't they do the forensic examination?
You know, I have no clue because I said it was rape, but they found, like, no signs of anything like, at first I said, like, he was hitting me and stuff, but I don't bruise easily. So they thought that maybe it wasn't that. And so they just didn't do anything, and it was a totally, like, crazy situation. And so nothing really happened, except they, like, sent me to counseling and stuff.
Oh, that sounds
Did
bad.
the counselor have an obligation to report it also?
So I've been through, like, 3 counselors, and
Since this event?
yeah, none of them have been able to help, really.
All right, well, obviously something's going on here, and certainly, as you well know, that's very much tied up in your emotional condition, so it makes perfect sense, doesn't it, that you might be sort of having difficulty functioning, right?
Yeah.
All right, so, Kristen.
Yeah.
Prioritize a little. Work on your emotional well-being and just put the orgasm on the back burner.
Stay with the counseling. Let's work on yourself.
I suspect there's a whole big thing here that we're not getting into. Not just the rape, but a lot. She sort of alluded to family problems and running away. And, I mean, there's got to be a lot of chaos there for people to question somebody's reporting of something like that.
You know, I hate to do this. Oh, no, I enjoy it, but we find that stuff does not really exist.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It has to fit.
Yeah, like, you know, whenever, you know, I know people get raped just because people get raped, and I know people die just because people die, but our listeners, it always seems like there was something before it somehow.
Puzzle we're not knowing about, right?
Yeah. It's like whenever we talk to somebody and their dad died young, it was, there was always something, and you start whittling it down, and it's like, well, he got shot 170 times. What happened? Well,
wasn't his fault.
He robbed a liquor store. He was a junkie. Oh, okay. Now we're getting to it. Not that it doesn't happen, just not to our listeners. All right, so anyway, Kristen, get some help, and don't worry about the orgasm. Viola.
Hello.
Hey, you're 15 years old. You're on with Cindy Geyer. She's the goddess of love, this Cindy. 2,000 covers she's done for these romance novels. I've read every one of them.
He's one of my biggest fans here.
I absolutely am. I'm going to begin stalking you shortly after the show.
I don't think so.
Oh, yes.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes.
You're very cute.
Oh,
I'm very lucky, yeah.
Ooh, what's going on here? Viola?
Hello.
Hi.
What's happening?
Hi. I recently got my clit pierced, and I heard that, like...
Ow, doesn't that hurt?
No.
Nah, I put ice on it. It doesn't hurt.
Ow.
Yeah.
But some people told me that, you know, I could possibly lose feeling or something down there, and I didn't know. Yeah,
well, hold on a second. Viola?
Yeah?
We're going to take a little break.
Okay.
Okay? Drew and I are going to research this. We're going to talk to Cindy about it and figure out where we stand on the 15-year-old clit piercing. So just hang on.
Why do you want to do that, first of all?
I put her on hold because we're going to take a little break. See, Cindy, here's how you know we're going to break. Drew gets up, leaves, and picks up the telephone.
Oh, is that what happens?
That means it's time to go to break.
Well, I'm new here, so...
We'll be back to finish up with Viola and her pierced clit.
The Hey, this is Tyra Banks, and you're listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Oh, yeah. That is Drew's bitch. I think that's your East Coast bitch, right, Drew? Tyra? You got another one in L.A.?
My wife.
Oh, that's right. You called your wife a bitch.
No.
Cindy Geyer is our guest. She is the goddess of love. 2,000 romance book covers. I said I've read every one of them, and I really thought about that, and I've probably read about 1,900 of the actual ones that Cindy has done.
Well, you better catch up there.
I'll do 100 tonight. I'm sure you've worked with the Fabio, right?
Yeah, I love Fabio. He's great. He's my friend. Great guy.
He is?
He just got hurt last couple weeks ago.
Oh, yeah, he was on a roller coaster and he got hit with a buzzard right in the nose.
Cut all the way down the side of his face.
Off a roller coaster.
And the thing is, it's an act of God, so there's nothing that, anybody
How
can
bizarre
really
is
do
that?
about it.
I've never heard of that happening, and it happens to Fabio.
Right, and models, that's their livelihood. Their looks are their livelihood. Yeah,
what is the
Fabio has
incidence
been working for a while.
of raven-induced face injuries off a roller coaster?
Yeah, that's
think about
I don't know how many hunky models. If I had a nickel for every career that's been ruined by a bird smacking against a model's face on a roller coaster, it'd be a rich man.
That's the first I've ever heard.
Oh no, it happens almost every day.
That's the first time.
I do not ride on the front of that roller coaster. That's
I'm
my
not
policy.
going on one for sure.
Do you know it was the front?
Yeah, he was in the front, and they were doing a loop or something. He whacked into a bird with his face.
They were opening a roller coaster, an amusement park in Virginia, and the bird just fell on his face. He was on the roller coaster ride. He had his little cape on, promoting the whole thing. He went up there, and he was the first one on the ride. Came down with a bloody face.
And the first thing he said, "This ride sucks."
I don't blame him.
I'm never doing this ride again. You Americans are idiots. Fabio gets whacked with the bird. He's gonna kick his publicist in the nuts. I'll tell you that right now, because they probably paid him $1,800 to go out there. Fabio, you have a fabulous time. You just take a couple loops on the roller coaster, get some cotton candy, bang a few chicks, and you're back. You're back in your apartment before you know it. All right, so
good move.
You've worked with Fabio.
Yeah. I work with a lot of cute guys like him.
Fabio's, these guys their shirts are always coming off.
Yeah, because that's the look. That's,
Yeah, but here's I notice guys who are either wearing a shirt, in which case it's buttoned up, or they have the shirt off.
Yeah, because that's what women want to see, those big chests.
But it's rarely torn open. These guys tear their shirts open, and they're not in their underpants either. They're wearing a pair of knickers, and their shirt's torn open.
Shredded above the calf.
Maybe you'd like to do one with me. You'd be awfully cute on one of those covers.
Oh, that'd be nice, yeah. Yeah, it'd show a little crack.
That'd impress him.
I would pioneer that. I'd be like bending over, changing a lug nut, pulling like a lug nut off a van, and you'd be coming up behind me.
Oh, boy.
There it is. Everyone just rolling in clover.
Every single one has a shirt off.
Yeah, they do.
Guys rips their shirt off.
Well, women read the novels, so they want to see sexy men. Like you guys want to see sexy women with their shirts off. Same thing with women.
Interestingly, here, this seems to be the anatomy that's the key thing. It's that anatomy right there.
Right.
It's in every shot.
Right.
Every single one.
Shoulder, bicep, and left pack.
Yeah.
It's important to get nailed out in a rose garden, too. That's where a lot of this goes on.
Outside.
Right. And most of these guys, they're not the lord of the house. They're some servant guy, right?
Not always. It depends on the book and the story and the novel and the time setting.
The evil son of the Lord.
How graphic do these novels get? I may read one.
Well, it depends on. If you want a real steamy one, I mean, there's a lot of things going on in between. A lot of steam, but then there's a lot of them that are very demure and proper, and they don't kiss before they even get married.
Really?
That kind of thing.
Have they ever used the term cornholing?
What does that mean? I'm going to kill these guys.
That wasn't in the... Drew, you don't think there could be one?
Mean?
Okay. All right, I'm out then.
Yeah.
All right, so Viola is 15.
Oh, back to the piercing here, right?
Viola,
I still think that would hurt.
You had your clitoris pierced.
Ouch.
And you're just 15.
Mm-hmm.
And can you lose sensitivity? Actually, yes, you can.
Oh, that's not good.
But sometimes you get more sensitivity. So.
Oh, yeah. It has.
The real issue here, though, is not so much about the function, but about the
way it was done?
Well, how was it done? Some friend do it or something?
Huh?
Because no reputable piercing organization would do that to a 15-year-old.
Oh, well, my best friend does piercing.
Oh, well, another 15-year-old, of course.
Can I ask you something? Why do you want to do that? Why do you want to do that to yourself?
To enhance my sex life.
That's ridiculous. This is, I was just at a conference in St. Louis.
Hold on a second. Stop the show for just a goddamn minute, Drew. What is this with this new habit of you banging around stuff, throwing stuff around, like to punctuate every sentence by banging your marker on the ground?
What's that?
He's getting mad.
No, I'm not getting mad. I'm not mad
with that.
I'm not getting mad. You, sir, are overworked because I've done that as long as you've known me.
It's been building up.
No, it just gets you.
All right, I may be overworked, but knock it off.
I will on your behalf.
Boys.
You stop banging away too, Cindy. All right, where were we?
Protect you from yourself, Adam. Lightweight.
Look, he's got the pen right back in his hand.
It's in my hand, but it's not going to the table.
Getting ready to whack it on the table.
Viola.
Mm-hmm.
I went to a conference this weekend about sexual compulsivity, and one of the things that came, a lot of the awareness of how this all works for people is really coming into the mainstream now, and it's very clear that when something happens to a kid, it sexualizes around the rate of 13, 14, 15.
I heard about that.
And usually if you're banging on your genitalia, it's because something kind of violent happened to you.
No.
It usually is, and you need to think about it very carefully.
Right.
Something caused that sexual energy to develop, to direct it that way. At your age, to be 15 and worried about enhancing your sexual performance is already, whether you use a barbell or not, an issue.
Was this a male or female who did this piercing?
My best friend of 3 years, he's 22. And
She's hanging out with 18
we don't have like any...
since she was 12?
Huh?
So what happened to you? Let's get back to what happened when you were younger.
Right, because, I mean, I listen to your show a lot, and
yeah.
And you say, like, girls who have sex young had something wrong with their childhood and stuff. And this girl called in last night saying that she had a perfect childhood and everything was fine and life was peachy and much like mine. But I got into a relationship with a guy that I was with for a year and a half, and I was 13, and we felt like, you know, it was my big first love.
Was he 19?
No, he was a year older than me.
He was 14.
He was 14, and we were together for a year and a half, and we decided, hey, well, let's do this, and we did, and never, you know, and I have a new boyfriend now. We've been together for a few months, and he's a virgin, and we talked about it and stuff. And
all right.
All that sounds healthy. Okay, so
except for the part about the 22-year-old guy,
piercing
your clitoris.
Yeah. Well, because I wanted it done, you know.
No, while you were hanging out when you were 12, your best friend was an 18-year-old.
Oh no.
That's what you just said. I had my best friend for the last 3 years who's 21.
Well, I mean, I have...
12.
All right. Well, anyway, listen.
I think I was 13. I'm not sure.
All right, there's something...
What's up with him? Is he gay?
No, he's not gay.
Well, how does a guy pierce the clitoris of a 15-year-old girl who's 22?
He's professional. He had the piercing classes and all that stuff.
So I got to take some of these classes.
Well, I bet you'd like
hey,
that.
Cindy, you want a piercing?
No, thank you.
I could do
Mine's going to stay... No.
Drew's a doctor.
No metal down there.
So, Violet, just examine all that. Something went on. There's something to cause that. It may not be an overt, just, awful experience, but something's there is being energized.
Yeah.
And in a way that's not necessarily the most healthy for you. That's all we're saying.
And listen, you got to have something wrong with you because otherwise it's the most unnatural thing you could think of. It just is.
Again,
I mean, most women at 15 years old do not like the gynecologist taking a look down there.
Won't. Are you kidding? Won't.
Right. Much less some guy icing you up on the edge of the tub
with a spear,
setting down his beer and going to town on your crotch. I don't know if he was drinking a beer.
Yeah, but...
Drew, would you pick another call and stop being so disturbed?
But it was interesting that she was expecting me to get angry with her, all ready for that.
All right, listen.
Instead of steam stuff.
Something's up with her. Yeah. Scott.
Yes.
You're 26.
I am.
What's going on?
Having a rough time here.
Oh, no.
Yeah, seeing a woman. We're both separated from our spouses. And about 2 weeks ago or so, we finally broke down and gave in and participated. And she proceeds to come to me about 3 days ago and thinks that she might be with child. And then proceeds to tell me...
John Proctor here.
I'm sorry?
Excuse me.
Yes. She's with child.
She thinks. Not sure. Hasn't missed or anything yet. And then proceeds to tell me that there's no way that she could keep it because she's afraid that her husband would take her other 2 children away from her.
Uh-huh.
Why would you want her to keep it?
Well, I'm very, anti-abortion.
Are you in love with her? You in love with her?
We are. We've talked about having kids.
You've been together how long?
We've been together for about 8 months.
8 months.
But you're still not divorced, are you?
No.
You love women a lot, don't you, Scott?
Seemed like a nice guy.
Just this one. It's just tough. I mean...
Yeah.
Something else going on here, guys.
What?
She doesn't know.
Well, what about the one you married? What happened to her?
What do you mean what happened to her?
Well, I mean, weren't you in love with her?
I thought so. Got married young, out of college. Had a lot of the same ideas and whatnot, but that didn't pan out.
But you're separated. You're not divorced, right?
No, well, we're in the process.
Why did things break up with your girlfriend? Your wife, rather.
I'm sorry?
Why did things start to break up with your wife?
You know what? We've been going to therapy trying to figure that out, and I still can't. I just, it over a couple, we were married for about 4 years. Well, we're still married, but the past 2 years, we haven't been communicating. Things just fell apart.
Nothing, no substances or anything like that?
No drugs, no alcohol, no, there was nothing, I never even thought about.
Okay.
Cheating or anything?
Cheating, no, and then all of a sudden, boom.
All right. Well, why don't you let your girlfriend get the abortion? She's already got 2 kids she barely can handle.
I don't know how she knows if she's pregnant. It's not even 2 weeks yet. That's the other thing.
Well, she gave me that, I can feel it.
Oh, I can tell. All right.
And
that's probably all the way. I put a lot of weight in that.
You do.
So women can really tell.
Yeah, women know what's going on.
Yeah.
That's why they sync up all their periods. They know what's going on. They do.
Their communication with the rest of the universe.
They can't communicate verbally, but telepathically, they're like Aquaman.
Oh, God.
They can talk to animals and stuff. They talk to each other without talking. All they do is really yell at each other, but still they line that period.
You
up.
love that, don't you?
I love that. Really are.
Just that,
all right, Scott.
Yeah.
Let her get the abortion. You don't need any more kids.
I don't think so either.
I'm not so enthusiastic about
you just
abortion.
don't jump into that.
Yeah,
No.
he's no parent, and she's got other kids. Come on.
But the point is, I think we're saying clarify your life a lot. Everybody decide if you want a divorce, get a divorce. If you want to commit yourself to this relationship, commit to it. If you're going to be around her, how old are her kids?
One's 4 and the other's 2.
If you're going to be around those kids, you're going to have to be in their lives for at least 8 more years, or you're going to harm them. So, clarify what it is you're going to do with this relationship. Part of the reason she wants an abortion may be that there's so much cloudiness about what the hell is going on here. I have just an awful feeling talking to you about what you guys are all going through together. You need to figure some stuff out here. There's a lot not clear about all those 4 relationships.
You're like Tonto all of a sudden. There's heap not clear. Me no clear 'em wampum.
Well, I was going to say again, there's something going on here. We've said that the last 6 calls in a row, and so we're getting a little bit redundant.
We're going to take a break. Drew's going to have a cup of coffee and prioritize. Well, Drew, I really want you to think about your priorities for just a second.
You need to
shut Drew's mic off. He needs time to think about that. I may be tired, but I come here with my game face on every night, Drew, ready to put out. Do you understand that? 110% every goddamn night.
Yeah, but it's
always ready to rock and roll.
It's kind of going.
That's right. And you know why?
Because you're tired and
because
pissed.
I'm a legend. I'm a legend in radio. Do you hear me, Drew?
I'm listening, Adam.
And each night I have to live up. I'm only as good as my last show. Do you understand that?
I understand that, and thank God you're here to pull me along.
That's right. Dragging you around like an anvil. It's like trying to swim a river with an anvil strapped to your ass.
And I'm grateful to be your anvil.
Thank you.
Okay, feel better now?
You grateful?
Absolutely. I'm grateful to be here in your presence.
That's what I like to hear.
To schmooze your A.
All right.
Ooh.
Kari Wührer is also sitting by or standing by ready to come in here. She'll be in here in the next hour. Cindy Geyer is here, the goddess of love. Of romance, pardon me. We'll take a little break and we'll be back.
Loveline. Be right back in a minute.
Hi, this is Adrienne Barbeau, and you're listening to Loveline with Dr. Drew and my new wannabe boyfriend, Adam Carolla. Don't tell my husband.
It's true.
Women want you, don't they?
Actually, she wasn't even on the show. I think Engineer Mike just ran her down in the hall or something. Isn't that right, Mike? Yeah, he's such a good boy. He knows I grew up watching Maude. I enjoyed that show. She was always in those tight sweaters. Remember that in Maude?
She's sexy.
Yeah, I like that, Adrienne Barbeau. Cindy Geyer is our guest tonight. She's done 2,000 romance book covers and Playboy centerfold or spread and
big difference.
Yeah.
Pictorial. No, because
what does something like that pay? Pay pretty good?
No, they give me a nice little salary to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I was doing it, it was no expense was
spared.
No, not at all.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were very generous. It was really fun. Yeah. I can't tell you exactly how much I got now.
Is it into the 6 figures?
No, but it's in between there.
In between like 50 grand and 100 grand.
Yeah.
Jeez, that's not a bad. Is it days work?
No, it took about 2 weeks for me to do the photo shoot.
Really?
Yeah, it took a while.
Every day?
Yeah.
See, that's not even worth it for a big star like you, Adam.
Yeah, how new do
But
you...
no, it wasn't every day. It was about 2 weeks. But the thing is, I was up in Santa Barbara, and I actually kind of got tossed off a horse when we started. So we had to kind of postpone my photo shoot until I healed up. Butt naked in Poison Oak. How would that feel? That really hurt bad.
So you're naked? You got thrown off a horse?
I was only wearing hair.
Oh, you're doing a Lady Godiva thing?
Lady Godiva, yeah. Those pictures were beautiful, but unfortunately they weren't used.
Hey, you can't keep a pair of panties and a bra on?
I have some panties on. Tiny ones, though. Tiny.
Yeah.
So would you want to sit on a horse with your butt naked completely?
I'd be more pissed if I was a horse, if I was on a horse naked. You know what I mean? You're leaving a skid mark on a horse. Drew, have you ever ridden a horse naked? No.
Anyway, it was fun. It was fun working. It was a fun experience. It was probably the only time I'll ever do it, but it was like a really wonderful experience to work for them.
Gina.
Hi.
Hey, you're 17.
I just want to say, like, I'm a really, really long time listener, first time caller.
How long have you been listening?
Oh, since, like, Ricky was on.
Wow, so you were like 13, 14 years old.
Yeah. And I really respect you and Drew.
The other guy.
I really respect your opinion. You guys have been really inspirational to me. And you guys really helped me out a lot.
Good. What's been happening? What have you been listening about?
Strung out on heroin, I bet.
No.
What's going on?
No, not like that. I don't know who to turn to anymore now. And I'm really nervous.
Well, what's going on? What's the matter?
Well, I don't know. Lately I've been scaring myself a lot. Like, I've been doing a lot of really crazy things. Like, my parents have been worried about me, and just a lot of really crazy things I've been doing.
Well, give us an example of one of the crazy things.
Well, I don't know. I usually, like, I grew up, like, with really tight morals, and I'd, like, you know, I told myself, like, oh, no sex before I'm married and everything, and now I'm just so damn bored with life that I'm just, like, you know, screw it. I'll seriously screw any guy now.
Gina, and at your age, that kind of boredom where you have to go do something to avoid it, is a sign of depression, actually.
Huh?
That's a sign of depression.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, like...
Your grades been going down, too?
Yeah.
What are you depressed about?
Just, like, a lot of things have been going wrong with me, and I feel like running away a lot. Like, I seriously threaten my parents all the time, and I just so don't want to be here right now. And
well, what are your parents doing?
What do you mean, what are they doing?
Well, they doing stuff to you?
Not really.
So why are you fighting with them so much?
Well, they do a lot of things that kind of hurt me, but they don't know, and they always tell me, like, oh, don't be so sensitive and don't take things like that.
Like what?
Well, I don't know, like, okay, I've had, like, a pretty good childhood, and my parents are still together, and, like, I've never been molested or raped or really taken advantage of, but I always tell people, like, you know, I've seen and heard too many things early in my life, and I think that's kind of screwing me up, and I'm
Like
scared.
what? Give me an example.
Like, I've been exposed to porn, like, really early, and I talked to a lady at my school, like, about that, and she said, you know, that's abnormal. I thought it was normal, and also, like...
How were you exposed to it?
I don't know, like, it was always... Well, not only pornography, but, like, I thought it was normal.
Hey, Gina.
Yeah?
How were you exposed to it?
My dad, like, watched it and stuff.
In front of you?
No.
And you thought it was what was wrong?
He thought I didn't know, but also, my parents are, like, I've seen my parents have sex a lot, and I get these bad pictures. And
that screws kids up. That screws kids up to be exposed to.
All right, so Dad was extra horny, but
Dad was a mess.
Well, no, Dad wasn't a mess.
No, that's a mess to expose kids to that stuff.
Well, she said his dad watched the porn, and then you said in front of her, and she said no.
Then they were having sex a bunch of times in front of the kids.
Well, I mean, it's not like they called the kids in like it was Christmas morning, and then Dad started banging away on Mom. Dad just needed a lock on the door, for Christ's sake. Yeah. But Gina doesn't have anything specific. She's depressed. I mean, it sounds like a biological thing.
Yeah, but part of the problem is that she's starting to act out sexually, and a lot of that sexual energy comes from what she was exposed to. She can't contain it. It's compulsion now. She wants to stop. I can't. Yes. Oh, no, yes.
She walked in. Dad was watching a movie. I mean, come on.
That can happen once and affect kids substantially. It doesn't typically do that. Well,
listen, for Christ's sake, Drew, you turn on the TV every night of the week. Some guy's jumping off a building. Someone's getting carjacked. There's some serial killer, some serial rapist on the loose. You turn it on that UPN or that Fox. God knows the debauchery that's going on. Yep. You ever watch that Guinness Book show? Guy eating a pile of worms. Another guy's hanging a Sparkletts bottle off his earlobes. I mean, all right, so people see that and they manage to get along. Gina's taking it a little differently. I don't think it's all that. I think she's depressed.
She is depressed.
Kids are like sponges, though.
She is depressed, but she also has some other stuff going on.
Yeah,
All right,
you go
so
talk to somebody, too.
you got to get
a little counseling here, and you'll be okay.
Do not act out in the meantime.
She can't help it. She's compulsed. That's what she was telling us.
Okay, what do you want me to do?
Get help. Just get help.
Yeah.
Just get help. We won't be able to.
Going to shrink tomorrow.
I want you to go there and actually
Because it'll
talk
make
to
you
your
feel worse.
therapist. At least
If you're running around sleeping with too many men, that'll make you feel worse in the long
What the hell
run.
do you talk about in there?
What do you mean?
What's your therapist's office? Gee, I'm so great. And he's going, well, I'm wonderful.
Right,
Everybody's stupid around me. They make me frustrated because they're not as brilliant as I am.
And then when he tries to explore things, I yell infidel and I backhand him.
That's right.
What do you think I talk about the Dodgers getting off to a decent start this year. The Lakers look like they're going to make the playoffs. The same stuff everyone talks about with their therapist. Please, Drew. I talk about you. What a livered wuss you are. Oh yes, he's a mess. Steve.
Yes.
You're 29.
Yes.
Was a 4-time-a-dayer since Zoloft. It's once a month.
If I'm lucky.
You talking about masturbation?
That doesn't even seem to work anymore. I don't know. It's sort of like a cross. I don't know if it's cross between impotent.
You're having sex 4 times a day?
Antidepressants will slow down your sex drive. That's true. Especially Zoloft. That's definitely.
Were we talking about intercourse?
Yeah, like
okay.
From 3 to 4 times a day.
Okay. There is a whole thing I'll get into about serotonin reuptake inhibitors when we get back from the break. But there is a number of interesting things about them.
All right, we're going to say goodbye to the lovely Cindy Geyer.
I have to leave you?
Well, you can wait out in the car if you want. I'll be out in about an hour.
No, thanks for letting me come on your show. It's great. And tell everyone should check out my website. It'll be up and running and looking great, and I'll give all kinds of great advice on my website.
Give out that number.
CindyGeyer.com. It'll be up and running by Friday, and I'm going to have all kinds of romantic advice on there.
All right.
To call me or tap into my website.
Kari Wührer is in the studio, or actually in the building. She'll be in here in about 4 minutes. We'll take a break. Thank you very much, Cindy, and we'll be back with more Loveline after this.
Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. Phone number's 1-800-LOVE-191.
We'll be right back.
Loveline on 92.1 KFMA.
This is Heidi Fleiss, and you're listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. 2 names that wish they could be found in the Little Black Book.
Oh, yeah. Drew?
Yeah.
You ready to take our little 10-second station identification here?
Wait a second. Oh, okay, I'm ready now.
Now you ready?
Yeah.
Can you do it in harmony?
Leave me alone. We'll be back with more Loveline in 10 seconds.
Saludos, amigos. This is the New Rock Alternative. 90.1 KFMA. Green Valley.
Hey, I'm doing drugs. I'm a prostitute. I'm a stripper. I've had 5 billion relationships. I don't know whether I'm gay or straight.
Drew, the mic's hot, buddy.
All right.
You got to clue into that.
I'm sorry.
Just talk and talk and talk right through the break. Kari Wührer is our guest tonight, our second guest tonight. She's got a CD out. Kari's an actress who's you've seen in many, many different things, and I'm going just most sort of biggest, most recent.
Last time we saw her,
Anaconda, I think we're talking about.
I'm just a multimedia whore.
I thought that movie was going to blow, but it was good. It was a giant snake, and it was guess what? It was going after people.
No.
Yes, it was. But it had John Voight was in it, and Ice Cube was in it, and I can't think of who.
Imagine being stuck in the Amazon for 3 months with Ice Cube.
Oh my God, were you?
Yes.
In the Amazon.
It was great. Nobody wanted to play with the monkeys except me.
That wasn't an Ice Cube.
Everybody was so afraid of the Amazon, and I was like, woohoo!
Yeah, man, what an experience!
Great, swimming with the piranha.
Really?
Yeah.
And it's in this giant animatronic snake too. It was a pretty good movie, good effects. John Voight's always good. I don't know what the hell he's doing, but he's good. He's gone the way of Lithgow in the movies, which he's the bad guy now.
Right.
And he was always such a nice, sensitive guy.
Right. He is very sensitive. He would give me books on the Hopi Indians and
the Holocaust. He had such a strange range of taste.
Trying to get in your pants. Here, read the thing about the Hopi Indians, baby.
I know, he was always talking about the Hopi Indians.
You know, they dropped a lot of peyote.
He's a funny guy.
I like. I've never met John Voight, but it seems like he's one of the nicest guys.
He's great.
I've heard him interviewed many times, and he always seems like a real cool guy. Kari has a CD out as well, which came out when?
Well, actually, right now it's available at www.kariwührer.org until it's distributed in stores, which will probably be in June.
And
so I'm selling it over the internet. I'm trying to get some credibility. And
when I didn't know you were into music.
Well, that's the whole reason I came out here. That's like my first thing.
I mean, the reason you came out to California or out to Hollywood.
Yeah, I was signed to Deaf American with Rick Rubin and Geffen.
What year was that?
It was a long time ago.
Well, I mean, you've been acting for a while.
Well, yeah. Well, you know, he had me sitting around waiting for his schedule to free up before we could start writing together and working. Like 2 years I waited for him, and I just started getting movies. And,
not too bad.
So it picked up. Yeah, it was great. This was after, like, the whole remote control MTV thing.
Oh, right. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, Kari.
This was during, like, the heyday of the Sunset Strip,
Yeah, Kari was the original, I think the only remote control girl, right?
No, there was a couple.
There was a couple?
But,
You were the one.
Yeah,
What was that show on for, like 3 years or a couple of years?
Well, I did 2 seasons of it before they fired me.
Remote Control was a game show that was on MTV.
It was like the first programming outside of music video.
Right. And everyone seemed to like it, and it had, what the hell was the host of that show?
Ken Ober. And Colin Quinn was the sidekick.
Oh, right.
Remember that show?
Yeah. It was
the
a good show.
Craftmatic adjustable bed. And
everyone liked that show. And that's the way people will be talking about us one day, Drew. Remember that old Loveline?
They just got to do something about cable residuals. Like MTV residuals.
Oh, please. Then they want to
a killer.
The MTV doesn't even want to pay you for the first show you do. Are you kidding about the second? I mean,
and no matter what embarrassing stuff you do, they have the right to use it over and over and over.
I know. They know you're desperate. Otherwise, you wouldn't be on their stinky channel.
So.
Steve.
Yeah.
You're 29.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Basically was going through the sex thing anywhere from...
that's right. That's right.
Three to four times a day. Wind blows and boom.
Yeah.
All at it. Going at it.
It's probably a good thing that slowed you down a little bit. Sounds like that's part of your problem.
Yeah, good for your girlfriend.
Well, actually my wife.
Okay.
But now it's gotten to the point, I've been on Zoloft, take Zoloft in the morning, Trazodone at night, and... It's not that it doesn't work. It works. It's just it works too long, and basically she gets either too tired or...
It's more typical of the serotonin reuptake inhibiting class, of which Zoloft is one of them. So it's Zoloft, Paxil, Celexa, Prozac, less so Cerazone. And these medications do cause all kinds of sexual dysfunction. They cause erectile dysfunction. They cause decreased libido. Women are actually affected by even more so than men. It can really shut you down completely. So sex seems like, ooh, what is that? What are they doing? It doesn't even make sense anymore.
And then even if you stop taking it, it takes a while for it to get out of your system. Right?
Sometimes it can, particularly Prozac can stay in for
How long?
Probably a few weeks. But
is it in your fat?
No. The Prozac is a very long half-life, so it just tapers itself down over a week when you stop it.
It's like you have withdrawal symptoms, I think.
Paxil gives you withdrawal.
Yeah, but where is it in your body?
It's just distributed. It's just being metabolized slowly out of your body. It's
just in your blood?
Yeah, it's in your blood.
And it's just still in there making the rounds.
Yes.
And not getting clear. Not getting sieved by the liver.
That's right.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
Is that I like the. I'm picturing a pool.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. And you turn the filter on.
Yes.
And the water is making its way through the filter and back into the pool.
A very small amount is taken out.
And each time just a little bit more.
Yeah.
Now, what about What about booze? All of it's taken out in the first round?
No, but it's taken out much more quickly.
Okay.
And so, Steve, there are several things you can do. One is you can add a medicine called Wellbutrin, which has been shown to decrease some of these side effects and may completely resolve them if you talk to your doctor about that. Two is you can make a change over to Cerazone. Remeron is another medication that's been advocated for people that have this side effect. If you need your medication, talk to the doctor about it. Take it. It's very. I mean, this medication there's a serious reason that they prescribed it for you. So please don't just stop it all of a sudden.
Do you believe in a St. John's wort, Dr. Drew?
I don't get the St. John's wort thing. I mean, the deal is, first of all, depression is a very serious condition. And if you have depression, you should have treatment for depression.
Well, how do you know if you have it? That's what I want to know.
And if you're going to take a medication that's out of a plant, what difference does it make if you're going to take it out of a plant or out of a pill? It's the same chemical. And you need something that's going to treat this serious condition.
Yeah, but Drew, a Chinese guy gave me this.
Yeah, it's 4,000 years ago, and so everyone knows it was good.
Yeah, medicine has not progressed one bit
in 4,000 years.
No, it's the same as cars or air. Wait a minute.
But if the rainforest gets any, more depleted, then we're not going to have.
That's right.
Medicine or chocolate.
And you'll not be able to film any more giant snake movies. That's the immediate concern right there.
Mm-hmm.
Emily.
Yeah.
You're 14.
Yeah.
You're on with Kari Wührer.
Hi.
I am.
Howdy.
What's going on?
Okay, well, my dad's getting married to this woman, and I've had a lot of problems with our kids.
Boy, everybody's depressed tonight.
Yeah.
Let's
go kill ourselves later.
It's like this year, not just now.
Kari, we're going to get a 12-pack and go to the park after.
Doing it.
Can I join you?
Yeah, okay. We'll get you a near beer. You play the guitar?
She's 14.
Okay.
Well, her 12-year-old son 2 years ago started molesting me.
Oh, boy.
In the middle of the night while I was sleeping.
That's nice. When you were 12?
Yeah.
Well, you were 12 and he was
10.
He was 10.
Oh, boy, somebody got to him.
He has hyperactive disorder.
Yeah, it's more than just that, though.
Something like that. And I don't know what happened to him.
Were you able to tell anybody?
Not for 2 years.
Something we don't talk about. Sometimes kids that were exposed in utero to drugs, even alcohol.
I didn't blame myself.
No. Oh, you didn't?
No.
And
I was just scared to tell my dad because my dad said he told me that if the kid ever touched me, he would kill him.
So your dad found out?
I told the mother, my dad's fiance.
Yeah, what did she do?
Her first reaction was that he was curious about the female body, and then she thought that me and my friend made it up.
Isn't a 12-year-old girl stronger than a 10-year-old boy, though?
But I was asleep.
Oh, you were sleeping.
Well, but you did wake up, didn't you?
Yeah, and I beat him up quite a few times. But,
oh, you did?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, he deserved whatever he got. He raped 5 girls and his little 1-year-old brother.
He raped 5 girls?
Yeah.
And a 1-year-old?
Yep.
Didn't the parents have a little suspicion that maybe he might be capable of perpetrating this upon you?
See, we didn't find out about the rest of it.
All right, this kind of really wild stuff suggests some sort of neurodevelopmental problem also. Does his mom drink or use drugs or anything?
Yes, both of
did she do it during pregnancy, do you think?
I wouldn't doubt it.
Okay, this is like that kind of problem, like some sort of in utero exposure plus some significant abuse as it's going up.
Are you Emily?
Not you. My little baby brother's waking up.
Oh, good. Are you having to live with this guy now?
No, he's in a group home.
That's good.
Got taken out of that.
Now you have another. How old's your little brother?
My brother?
Yeah.
Okay. Her kids. She's got 6 kids. I only have my little baby brother and my 9-year-old brother. Me and my 9-year-old brother.
She's got 6 kids.
Yeah, she.
Hey, when I'm in charge, I just I'll put a bullet in her. I will. I'll look at her as like a mother roach. I just put a bullet in her.
You are so
I swear to God, you guys better hope I don't get in charge. A lot of you are going to get put down.
But right now, he's not living in the home, so you're dealing with the effects of this now.
Yeah. The thing is, though, after she thought that me and my friend made it up, then she thought that it was my idea.
Well, listen, Emily, this woman is not in good shape mentally. I know. Let me tell you something, Emily. Listen very carefully. This is going to change your life. You're 14 years old, and this happened when you were 12 years old, and you're under the impression that adults know more than you do, that adults are more together. They're adults. Yep. You should listen to them. And people tell you, respect the elders and all that nonsense.
Most of them are dumb.
This this woman is an alcoholic. She's a drug addict. She's crapping out kids like they were hamsters. There's tons of problems she has. You should not go to her for anything or listen to her about anything.
Do you have somebody you can talk to, like maybe somebody at church or an adult that you trust?
I'm going to a counselor.
All right.
And I have come forward about all of this and everything.
All right, good.
But I'm having real issues about the wedding.
Yeah.
I don't want to go. And I talked to my dad about it. And he says that even though she smacks us and drags us around physically by hair and ears and limbs, that we have to work through these issues.
Oh, no. No.
Your dad deserves a nice mallet in the nuts himself.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Hold on, Drew. I got to lock my coordinates in because I'll tell you, I'm just going to strafe.
Yeah.
My new solution is now strafing. When I'm in power, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to call the Air Force in for a strike. I'm going to take out the whole block. I mean, it's like two roaches living together.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? We got to get at the nest. We got a crackpot dad who's marrying an abusive woman who's a kid.
Is this an obvious problem? I mean, did the people in the neighborhood, your neighbors, your friends, do they know what's going on? Is there somebody that could call social services? Are you afraid of being removed from your home, or do you?
Oh, I'm not scared. I live with my mom.
Oh, I see.
All right. Well, listen, don't go to the wedding. Talk to your mom about it and have your mom stand up for you, although I'm not sure what kind of shape your mom's in.
That was her husband.
Considering your mom married your dad at one time.
The thing is, though, I have a real problem talking to my dad about stuff that I don't want to do.
I know, but you're living with your mom, right?
Yeah, but you try talking to my dad about rational things.
I know, but I'm saying you're living with your mom.
Yeah.
You don't need to talk to your dad.
Yeah, I do.
Why?
If I don't show up at the wedding, he's going to...
Can you tell your mom to intervene?
I don't want her to.
Why not?
Because every time something like that happens and my dad calls somebody or other and he's actually kidnapped us once.
You got to call social services.
Yeah, somebody has to.
Listen, Emily, how's your mom? Is she all right?
Yeah, she's good.
She is?
Yeah.
She doesn't drink or beat up anybody?
No, she doesn't.
Somebody dates those guys.
She's not violent.
She's not violent?
No.
She didn't remarry, did she?
No.
Oh, good.
Your mom is aware of this problem? She knows everything that's been going on?
Yeah, she knows everything.
Well, then maybe your mom should say, no, you don't have to go to the wedding if you don't want to, and she could take the blame so your father doesn't take it out on you.
Emily, talk to your mom. Tell her you're scared. Tell her what happened. And if she has just a shred of decency, forget about decency, just has a motherly impulse. If there's one of those, one cell of mother in her, she will intervene. Oh,
man.
Yeah. Everybody's having kids. 6 kids. Oh, that's the only depressing part about this show. That and having to work with Drew. The people that are having kids that really, I swear to God, if these guys tried to raise a gopher, it would be taken away from them.
That's right.
The state would intervene.
An insect. People would be up in arms.
Crazy.
Think about it. Look what they're doing to that rhino beetle.
Oh, listen to me. I know I've said it a zillion times, but I've been working for 2 months to try to get a permit to put a house on top of my garage, a room on top of my garage.
Yeah.
It can't be done. It can't be done.
And if you're going to adopt a pet at the pound, you have to go through this complete,
Yeah, she's on her 6th kid. I'm telling you, this is the evil in this country. This is what keeps all the prisons filled. This is what keeps the welfare office filled. This is what keeps the state hospitals filled.
Did you know this before you did the show?
Yeah, yes, I did.
You already know it.
Is it just because the population is growing that
no,
we see more of this?
No, well, that's a part of the issue.
Wrong people having the wrong family.
Emily, you sound like such a smart girl.
Our society is doing nothing to help people who are in trouble. In fact, it's kind of encouraging them.
Yeah.
Hey, want to go put a bone through your nose? Hey, it's good for you. Just expressing yourself. Go ahead, as opposed to going, hey, you got something. There's a reason for that. You have a problem. We got to deal with this, and it has to be contained. Our society says, go act it out. Beautiful. And
we're living in a country where you can't even get the morning after pill without a prescription in most states.
And plus, knowing from experience, it is like so much more difficult to get a divorce than it is to get married.
Yeah, should be harder to get married than get a divorce. Divorce,
or at least the same. I mean,
Yeah. When did you get divorced?
I'm still doing it.
You're still getting a divorce?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I'm waiting for those papers to be signed.
Do you have to give the guy any money?
Sure do, baby.
That is the most pathetic thing in the world.
Cash poor now.
Really? You got to give the guy money?
Yeah.
Oh,
didn't you?
What a puss.
Did you?
I never been divorced.
Oh, I thought you
Like the guy you gave money to, though.
But when I do get divorced. You mean Harold?
No, it's
he was a boy
really,
toy. That was different.
It's really funny. I mean,
but Kari,
there's no roles anymore, men and women. They're just,
Well, listen, whatever you make when you get into the marriage, how long were you married?
Almost 4 years.
4 years.
Before we got separated.
You had your career before you got married, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've been working since I was 16.
He had his thing, right?
You know what though? He wrote a few songs on the record, and he's really actually talented. And I. It's funny. It took me so long, but I have no anger. I have nothing anymore.
No, you got divorced when I first met you, I thought.
What? No. I've only been married once.
But but it's been going on for a while.
She was like 10, 11 months now,
She's been divorced in '89, I think, when we first had her on the show.
That was
it. Telling you.
I think the first time we had you on the show was you were on that TV show Class of 87 or something.
No, it was the same guy, but no, I wasn't married to him.
It was pre-divorce. They were getting ready to get married.
But you know what? We have to take care of ourselves, basically. Like, Emily has to take care of herself and realize that, even though your family, you don't necessarily have to love your family just because they're your family. You have to love yourself first.
John.
Yes.
You're 20.
Yes, I am. First of all, I just want to say, Adam, thank you for calling back because I was getting really tired of listening to Ted Stryker.
All right. I'm going to love myself when I get home, by the way. Just listen to Kari's words.
But anyway, okay. My situation pretty much is this. I moved out from Florida to Tucson, Arizona probably about a year ago, a little less than a year ago, because I was going through hard times. I just got out of rehab and everything like that.
For what drug?
Pills, mainly. Zoloft and Xanax and stuff like that.
Yeah, what stuff like that?
Rohypnol. Pretty much any kind of pill that I could put in my mouth, I did. I did that for probably about 3 years almost, 3-4 years. Mm-hmm. But I don't take pills anymore or anything like that. I'll have a drink every once in a while, and I'll smoke every once in a while. But, that's really not my problem right now.
It will be.
I understand that. And, I went through 12 steps, both NA and AA and everything like that. Mm-hmm. And none of it really seemed to grab me except for the pills I totally stopped doing because that's what... I wound up in jail.
Hold on, I thought you had to get 4. No.
But anyway, I was looking at 3 years in prison and everything like that, and I got out by the skin of my teeth, and I told myself that I would never touch that stuff again.
Well, but it's okay. Something else will take over. You're on your way.
Absolutely.
Well,
this is not recovery, John. This is not.
But he moved.
It's just a matter of time for the only way that all this is going to change. Your life is going to change. You're going to start to feel better. Your moods are going to get better. You're going to have relationships again that are more healthy. Is if you actually get a sponsor and work the steps over the next 6 to 12 months. See, the
sponsor thing is, I had a sponsor, and, he was a really good sponsor. He was in AA for, 10 years and everything. He was my sponsor for less than a month, and he went out and started using it again.
That happens.
That really broke me away from
that's bad timing. It's like your therapist kills himself or something.
It's bad timing, John. It doesn't have anything to do with you, though. That's the disease.
Well, he could have drove him to it. You don't know that.
I didn't drive him to it.
All right. Well, listen, John. Would you listen to Drew?
I'm listening.
Stop wasting his time. Get into that program. That's it. Otherwise, you got about 100% chance of relapse.
Everything else is just defense. It's just doesn't even make sense to discuss anything else right now. It's all just nonsense.
Okay. I have no intention of sobering up. Do you, Kari?
Yeah.
Oh, you do? When are you going to do that?
I'm just getting too crazy. I was really crazy this summer.
Oh, really? Drank a lot?
Not even that. I was just, skinny dip, and I was crazy.
Yeah, but...
When my husband left, I was like, woo!
Were you drunk?
I drank enough whiskey to swim in, for a little while.
Yeah. All right. But how much you drink now?
I don't...
You don't drink?
I do, but I'm not... 1 or 2 drinks,
Yeah.
Right, Reba? I'm not a big drinker anymore. I was for a while.
I think I'm turning into an alcoholic. What do you think, Drew?
I've always thought you were one.
Oh, really? Oh, shit.
It's just expressing itself more now.
No, it's just...
I'm waiting for that 12-pack in the park.
Yeah. I'm going to go... I'll get a nice domestic canned beer, and we'll hit the left side. Kari Wührer is here. She has herself a CD out. We're going to hear something off that CD. We'll take a break, and then we'll come back. We'll talk to Kari. We'll listen to CD, and then we'll talk to Lily, his 19 ex-boyfriend. Emailed her wanting to get back together. Should she? she has a new boyfriend. Well, we'll get to the bottom of that after this. Hey, Kari Wührer is our guest tonight. Dr. Drew is allegedly going to meander into the studio any moment now.
The toilet.
There he is.
Overflowing.
He's got 2 pink pens. He's all man.
You can do anything, Dr. Drew.
Can't fix a toilet.
Drew, what were we doing to the toilet? Oh, okay.
It was overflowing in the ladies' room.
It was?
A little bit, yeah.
That's what the guy was telling you. When you he was shocked you followed me into the bathrooms. He was like, this one's, you can't go in there.
You gotta stop using the ladies' room,
Assumed you weren't coming in with me.
The guy's from Nicaragua, and I think culturally we're both fagos now.
Oh, yeah.
Sure they say that.
He's like, couldn't even consider you see the guy go in there, right?
Well, it was funny. Drew and I go to the bathroom at the same time.
Interesting.
Every night.
Do you help each other?
Sword fights.
Ah.
Yeah, Drew has carpal tunnel syndrome in his right hand, so I have to shake his penis for him. But it's funny, the janitor was standing outside of the bathroom. So Drew goes walking into the bathroom, and the guy stops me, and he goes, the other bathroom no work, you know? And I go, yeah, okay. And I start heading in, he like stops me again. You can't use the other bathroom. I go, yeah, I know, I'm going in here. He's like, okay, fago. And I just walked in after Drew. I didn't think much of it.
Yeah, but you didn't have to put the dress on at the heels and everything, too, Adam.
That's the way Drew likes it. We are going to, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll take a phone call, and then we'll hear something off of Kari's new CD, and she'll give the internet address out and all that good stuff. Lily?
Hi. Hey, guys. What's up?
Hey, you're 19 and lucid.
I am having a problem with my ex-boyfriend because he emailed me, but let me give you some background info so you can get the understanding what's going on. We were together for like a year and a half, and then I started going to a new university and getting really involved, and I was just really busy, and I guess there were like some control issues I didn't realize, and so we were fighting and just having a lot of problems, and we eventually broke up like around the end of last year. And like around that time I had met another guy, but we weren't really together at the time, but since maybe about January we got together, so it's been about 4 months. And I haven't seen my ex in the last 2 months, and I left a note on his car basically saying, you know, we need some time apart, you know, you need to get some stuff figured out, I need to do my own thing for a while, and that was that. And my mom said he had called her like Sunday, and I thought, oh God, that was weird, but he hasn't been able to contact me because I moved. And so this morning I checked my email, and he wrote me like a 5K email saying, first thing he was just saying hi, then saying I was right about everything, and then saying like, oh, I hope we could meet up sometime, and I don't like any of the girls I'm meeting because I can't find you in them, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to decide whether I should write him back or if I should just go out for coffee with him and just talk or forget it.
You have a boyfriend now?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't go out. Don't contact him. No contact.
It will lead to something.
Do you love him still?
Well, I'm always going to love him. I mean, he was kind of like my first love, I guess you could say. Like, we were really close.
Listen, I don't think any of my first girlfriends like me anymore.
Oh,
they always want you, though, when you don't want them anymore.
All right, I officially don't want anybody. That's my new motto.
Me too, damn it.
All right, good.
So, I mean, I feel kind of awkward, like, not contacting him at all because he had tried to page me a couple of times. I never called him back. And then when I did call him back, he was trying to, like, find out what was going on with me and this new guy and where I was living. And I wasn't really talking.
Listen, Lily, you're stringing this guy along. You're screwing with him. Don't have any contact.
The new guy or the ex guy?
Kind of both of them, but really the ex.
He's playing on your. He's manipulating you too.
Yeah, there's a reason that it fell apart.
Right.
And stay with
Trust that.
Yeah, stay with that reality and don't get sucked back into the old fantasy of the first time.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, do you think it's possible to be friends?
No,
not at this point.
Not now. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Listen, he doesn't even want to be friends with you. Do not buy all that crap. What guy wants to go get coffee with some chick he was banging away on 4 months earlier and didn't want to talk to at that time? Now he's dying to get some coffee. Right. Penny for your thoughts. What's going on with your life?
I've heard many a guy say, too, that ex-girlfriend sex is the best sex.
Oh, it is, just because it's a little bit naughty and there's a little neuroses behind it. But a guy wants to go out and talk. Absolutely ridiculous.
And don't feel sorry for him either.
No, even if you do feel sorry for him, the best thing you can do is just put him down like Old Yeller. You got to put him out of his misery.
Oh, yes.
And here's the deal.
Let them get over it.
The relationship is dead. So, would you rather be killed with a bullet or a pair of pliers?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You go with the bullet. Kari.
Smarty pants. You both are such smarty pantses.
Well, we don't have any time to coddle our listeners. That's really what it is. And frankly, we've had it up to here with all of them. Drew, you're tired of helping, aren't you?
No.
Really?
No.
Just a little bit?
I'm tired of people not listening.
All right. Well, I think what we'll do is there's a big fan of Kari's on the phone, which is Kaz. We'll talk to Kaz, and then we'll hear the record. Kaz?
What's up?
You're 17?
Yeah. First off, I just want to say, Adam, I'm totally with you on the airplane turbulence thing.
Thank you. I swear to God, I'm gonna drive a truck full of dynamite into Congress.
No, but I think they do that so they're not liable if anyone does get hurt on an airplane.
No, it has nothing to do with that because each airline is responsible for that, and they all give their own spiel.
It's just and then they got Milton about it, too. Put your reading material down, look at the screen. It's like Clockwork Orange.
Yeah, it's a waste of taxpayers' money. But anyway, Kaz, why don't you heap some praise on Kari?
All right, I'm kind of nervous right now, but Kari, I honestly think you're one of the most beautiful actresses I've ever seen in my life. You know, I'm just a huge fan of yours. I watch Sliders every week just because you're on it. And let's see, I saw Anaconda, and I really liked that. And I was just wondering if it would be possible at all to get, like, an autographed picture of you.
I thought it was going to say hand job, and I was going to have to hang up on it.
You don't know how good that makes me feel.
Oh,
right
yeah.
now.
Really?
I've been having such a crappy day.
It's nice. Look at all those people out there that love you.
Yeah, it's like, you know what? Thank you so much. You know, I will if you just go onto my website and leave no.
Buy dozens.
Just leave it. Just leave a message.
Right on a CD.
Leave a message, and I'll get it out to you.
Well, now there are 400 Kazs that are going to show up on the internet now.
Yeah.
Well, all right, you guys will. Okay, great. That's perfect. I just didn't want you to give anything over there.
Where are you calling from, Kaz?
I'm calling from Fremont, California.
I like your accent, though. That's kind of
that's the
sexy cowboy
that's
accent.
The cannabis accent.
Smokes a lot of weed.
No, I don't do none of that.
You don't?
No.
All right, Kaz.
I'm just nervous and talking quiet. That's
I understand. I'm looking at Kari's record or CD jacket, and she looks really hot. It's all these pictures of her. You like pictures of Kari, right?
Oh, hell yeah.
Well, you get this CD and you get all these pictures, and then you can listen to her while you look at the pictures.
All right, let's listen now, shall we?
Right. Kaz, be honest. You ever masturbated to Kari?
Shut up, you guys.
I don't think I'll divulge that much.
Good boy.
How many times? Over 100? Seriously.
No.
But over 50, right?
I'm not going to answer.
Think about that. You've been watching Sliders was on for a while, right? And then that Anaconda with the snake and all that symbolism.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. All right, Kaz.
Hold on.
Thanks, Kaz.
Hold on. What's your website address?
It's www.kariwührer, one word, kariwührer.org, O-R-G.
How do you, and tell them how to spell Wührer, by the way, because...
it's K-A-R-I-W-U-H-R-E-R. Sort of like the Führer.
Die Führer?
The Führer.
All right, Kaz.
All right,
thanks, Kaz.
Go step on over to Kari's website.
Kari did this show in the nude one night.
Oh, really?
You guys are so long.
I wasn't here. That was Poor Man, right?
Yeah. We were just talking about that in summer.
Were you playing like strip poker or something?
Strip Loveline. I think every time somebody called with a masturbation problem, he had to take off his clothes or something, and then every single call was about masturbation.
Oh, we should have done that. What'd you get down to?
He had to do it too.
Was clothed.
Oh, you were closed. Poor Man
he was like whacking his love stick against the console.
Really? Jeez, I gotta get into that.
He's nuts, man.
Sure, I should do that. All right, starting tomorrow night. Who's our guest? Brian Herta tomorrow night? No. Dweezil and Ahmed Zappa will be in here tomorrow night. Yeah, those are your buds. And then Brian Herta, the IndyCar great, will be in here. I guess it's IndyCar. Is it Formula One? Is it kart? There's so many. It's kart.
Indy if his name is Dale or Daryl, right? Or
no, that's NASCAR.
That's NASCAR. Right? You told me
all right. Kari Wührer, Shiny is the name of the CD, and this is the first cut off it. Wait a minute. What's the name of the first cut off it? Okay, it's called There's a Drug. Is my mic on there, Mike? Oh, yeah. There's a Drug. That's off of Shiny. That's Kari Wührer's CD. What a talent. And, I didn't know.
Oh, shucks. Yeah.
I realized I should have been nicer.
You really want that 12-pack in the park, don't you?
That's right. My God, that was good. That sounded great. Kari Wührer's new CD, everybody. Tell everyone how to get it one more time, would you?
www.kariwührer.org, and it should be in stores in a few months.
All right, but
I'm trying to like sell some over the internet, gain some credibility. It's hard making the transition.
Yeah, it's good though. It's really good. And for those of you who have trouble with the spelling of Kari, it starts with a K, and then the Wührer part is W-U-H. You can kind of R-E-R. You can almost figure out the end.
And there's like a ton of websites on the internet, but of unofficial ones. But the .org is the official one where you can get the CD and goes to my record label and stuff.
Abbreviation for what's the ORG? Orgasm? What is that?
Yeah.
What is that org? No, what is that?
Yeah, it would make sense.
Why is everything with the org?
Organization.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah,
do something else.
Well, somebody actually licensed my name, took my name, kariwührer.com, and they actually wanted me to pay them money to get it back.
That's why people do that.
And then what happened?
I told them to kiss my butt, and I had another address.
Oh, okay. Yes.
I just got another address.
Awesome. I was just hearing about that last night. I know we're running late for break, but is it the entrepreneurial spirit, or are you just a lazy pussy when you do that kind of stuff? You know what I mean?
It's because there's no rules. You can do anything you want. Right now, people are taking this off of the internet and auctioning it off for less than what I'm charging for it. It's crazy.
It is. It's a form of extortion, though, when you start taking out names in advance for the sole purpose of selling it back to that person.
It is,
I mean,
but there's no laws yet governing all this stuff.
No, there is a law. There's a law to the universe. You will have your day of reckoning. We'll take a break. We'll be back. Hey, it's the Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Kari Wührer is our guest tonight. Dweezil and Zampa, that's right. They're going to be tomorrow night, the Zampa brothers. We haven't seen them since they did our TV show a little bit ago.
That was last year, wasn't it, the TV show?
He's so crazy, isn't he?
They're nice guys, so we'll have a good time with them tomorrow night. And then the kart guy, Brian Herda, who's in town for the Toyota Grand Prix of Long Beach, will be in here tomorrow. The next night, Wednesday night. Then next week, David Allen Greer, who never called me back. Although I ran into him all the time. I'm going to bust that guy's balls when I see him.
Yeah, we have to.
We always have a good time with him. Fun guy. He'll be in next week. All right, so it's back to the phones we go. Micah?
Micah,
you're 22.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Actually, I'm a Stanford student, and we opened the paper today and saw an ad for y'all. Y'all are coming live apparently on May 8th.
That's right.
Did you guys know about that?
We knew it was sometime in the spring.
Let me tell you, I said, Drew, I'm hell-bent on doing Stanford. He said, that dump, it's a community college.
No.
I said, that is ridiculous. You'll not stop me from going down there. And that's basically how the conversation went, isn't it, Drew?
Not exactly.
You guys are like Billy Graham. You're like traveling evangelists now.
Drew really has a hard-on for Stanford.
Well, that's good.
I wanted to go, yeah.
What we want to know is, why is it costing what we call a ridiculous $12.50? I mean, is it going to be that special? That's pretty pricey.
Really? Is it that much?
We have no idea. We do it for. We've had people charge nothing. We've had people charge as much as what, 25? Some places.
And one guy was showing me his ticket stub. We paid $25 to get in.
And Adam gave him money back. Out of his own pocket.
I gave him $25 back.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. I mean,
because I'm
not worth $25.
You do like the word ridiculous.
I do. What size venue is it, Micah?
It's pretty big. It's outdoors. It's what they call Frost Amphitheater.
So how many people?
I would say like 5,000 max, but I don't think that many people would do it.
Wow.
Ridiculous.
What, are people just going to raise their hands and ask questions?
They do. We've done as much as 8,000.
Oh my gosh, you guys are big stars.
And they turn out and they get up and ask these questions in front of God and everybody.
You think they're going to get 5,000 people in to join at $12.50 a pop?
No,
are they?
No, it won't be that big.
I wouldn't think so. Because the big ones we've done, like the 5,000 and the 8,000s, have been free.
So what do you do? Bring picnic lunch or something?
We've done a lot of 3,000 seaters that have been for pay.
Wow.
So.
Well, I get up there and I play
the dreidel song.
I play the dreidel song on my electric guitar like Jimi Hendrix, and then I yell about the man for about 3 hours.
I can't wait till the movie comes out, you guys. That's going to be good.
We trash a cop car. It's a real gig. It's just us, right, Micah?
Unprivate.
Yeah, that's all it says. Just you.
Oh. Hey, Micah, I'll tell you what. If you buy a ticket and you show up, I will reimburse you your $12.50.
What a deal.
If you can afford Stanford, you can afford the $12.50.
We sign autographs afterwards.
Okay.
And we have to wait in a ridiculous, recalculous
wait in a long...
No, here's the deal. He'll have to buy the book to get to you.
No, you won't. Micah?
Yeah.
I can recognize your voice. Drew, tune in on Micah's voice here.
I have an image in mind, too.
Okay.
Well, there aren't that many Micahs out there.
It's a great name.
Describe yourself, Micah.
I'm like 5'10", 5'11", dark hair.
Mm-hmm.
And he wipes clean easily with a paper towel.
I'm a dirty engineering guy. That's what it comes down to now.
Yeah, okay. All right, Drew.
Got it.
As God is my witness. Micah, I will give you and whoever you take to this gig your money back when we see you in line after the gig.
Sweet.
All right.
There you go.
Take care of yourself.
Later. Bye-bye.
When the hell's that? May what?
Now May 8th, he said. Now everybody's going to say, I'm Micah, I'm Micah, I'm Micah.
I know, but we know voices.
Yeah, I hope so.
No, we do, Drew.
I believe we do. I believe we do.
Now, somebody calls this show who hasn't called in 2 years, and Drew recognizes the person's voice.
That's
Even
true.
when they try to put him on and disguise their voice, Drew knows the voice.
And you remember the situation that they had the last time they called.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's weird.
Elisa,
Yes.
you're 18.
Hi, I think you guys are totally awesome. And Adam and Dr. Drew, you guys are so sagacious. I am just like in awe every time I listen to you.
What are we?
Sagacious, wise.
Wise, wisdom.
Oh, we're sagacious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a love fest
I knew my mom was
Thomas
going
the
around.
Tank Engine.
All right, Elisa, thanks.
Sagacity.
Yeah, sagacity. My question is, I am a very confident girl, and I consider myself attractive, or whatever, but I'm a little biased towards myself. But I want to know, why am I getting any guys?
Yeah. You a big gal?
5'10", 130.
No.
Not big.
No.
You're
Nice.
not. Maybe you're intimidating guys.
I want to know that question, too.
Maybe it's
I
like-
have the same question, Dr. Drew.
Which is what?
Why aren't I not getting any guys?
Oh, please. You got a new guy every week.
Yeah, but they don't stick around for very long.
Well, who cares? You got a new one. I mean, who cares they stick around as long as you know there's another one?
Oh, come on.
Right. It's like, what are you going to do? Regurgitate the same burger and eat it again? And just go out the next day and buy a new one.
Just thinking like a guy, though. For women, that's an unpleasant.
I think
Men get really scared.
Kari
Really,
thinks like
really
a guy.
scared of women. It's bizarre.
All right, but Kari, you're a handful. You got to admit that.
All right, that much is true, and it does take
Okay.
a very particular... Are you a handful, too?
Pardon me?
Oh.
Are you a handful?
Actually, no. I'm really into my culture, and I guess you could say I'm really confident.
What's your culture?
Yeah.
What's your culture?
I'm East Indian.
Yeah.
East Indian.
So I'm like, if you don't really understand my religion that well, or you're not open-minded, you're not really going to understand me.
Hindu?
Well, maybe that's why maybe guys just don't understand. I mean, they
Well, it sounds like in a way, it sounds like restrictions, though, that you're putting on them.
Yeah, I guess you could say, because I'm kind of waiting, like, I'm not going to be really serious about anybody until there's a rock on my left ring finger, so...
All right,
that's
so
good. So
fine. Well, what do you expect, though? You start busting their balls, trying to get them to worship an elephant, whatever the hell goes on in that religion.
Oh, no, my religion's really simple.
What do you
Can
got?
you meet somebody in, your community?
Well, where I live, I'm the only family.
I mean, your religious community.
Right, like when I get married and stuff.
What-
Oh, I see.
Your religion, you have like 7,000 gods, right?
No.
What do you got?
That's Hinduism. I'm Sikh.
Oh,
Sikh.
Sikh. I know a guy for you. His name is Satnam. He's a great drummer.
Oh, my gosh.
Do you know Satnam?
No, I don't, but...
Yeah, very, very tight-knit community of Sikhs. What do you guys believe?
Well, our religion is very simple. It's just that you're supposed to keep yourself as pure as you can. Just keep yourself the way God created you. Don't drink, don't smoke. Just that's it. Just be one with
if
yourself.
I remember right, the subsect of the Sikhs are the whirling dervishes. So
Oh, that's great.
Do you go to Garmut?
Guys with
The
hands.
yoga center?
Spinning around. All right, listen.
The
Elise-
yoga center is a good place for, to meet somebody that's open-minded, that's got some similar spirituality.
Yep, you find a nice gay guy there to date. There's no straight men at the
Well,
yoga center.
It makes sense that
Believe
you're
me.
having trouble getting somebody that sort
Bunch
of
of
meets
homos, right?
your script and your understanding of yourself and your values. And that makes sense. And you hang
I
in there.
dig your self-respect, though.
Yeah. Don't compromise. Hang in there.
Okay, but listen, it's important to, put down a beer every once in a while and loosen up.
She's fine.
Totally.
She's fine.
All right, but it's no mystery why guys aren't coming around, because it's like your Rubik's Cube. It's too tough. Guys wasn't go deal. Here's what guys will do.
She's announcing that she's that way. That's what that call was all about.
Okay, guys are like they're like hogs that root around.
Yes.
And most women are just like some slop in a trash can. And you're like you're tied up and hanging off a tree 10 feet off the ground. So what are they going to do? They just come root around. They go over to the trash can. Right. And why go try to climb the tree or jump up and down?
Isn't that nice?
Well, you know what I'm saying.
Truth.
Well, yeah, wait a minute.
And just they're going to go to the the easier route.
All right.
Okay. All right, that is it. All right, listen, everybody. We're doing a radio show. Kari Wührer is that. Would you turn that crap down, Mike, please?
He's so irritable.
Well,
he's not aware of how aggressive he gets when he's working hard. No, it's not that, I don't think.
No, it's aggressive. Well, no, I'm trying to finish the goddamn show here.
All right, let's finish, please.
Kari Wührer has herself a CD. Plug that CD. Give the website.
It's www.kariwührer, KARIWUHRER, one word, .org.
That's right.
Adam.
And you can find her new CD, Shiny, there. I know you have things to say, but we got to go.
No, I'm just telling you that I dig you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you're totally...
Kari, remember what I said about choices?
Okay. No, hold on. Now's the time. Don't start tonight. Please, Drew, with the choices. Drew, go home. Kari Wührer, everybody. We'll take ourselves an extended break, and the Zappa Boys will be in here tomorrow night. Until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Dr. I want to thank Cindy Geyer for coming in here for the first hour, by the way. Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
This has been Loveline. The views expressed on Loveline are not necessarily those of the staff, the management, or the sponsors of this radio station. And are probably not the views of Westwood One Entertainment. Loveline is produced by Ann Wilkins Ingle. Now, please listen to this station longer.